This week on the Digital Coffee, watch out for malware ads. You're going to see them on Facebook. You're going to see them on Instagram. You're even going to see them on search. Contrary to popular belief, Facebook's not dead. No. It's alive and kicking. And it turns out we really don't like chronological feeds. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb, and I've been rather slow on my button pressing this morning. If you haven't joined us before, you don't know who I am. I'm Amanda Webb. I am a digital marketing ROI trainer, consultant, and mentor. What does that mean? That means that I help businesses just like yours get more money, more profit from the time, the energy, and the cash that you spend on your online marketing. I can see we've got Howard Howie here already watching on YouTube, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me. And just water for me. Howard Howie has been here before, so he knows the drill. I would love to know what drink you are sharing with me as we watch the Digital Coffee. And it is the Digital Coffee. It's so digital that there's actually nothing in here. Digital bits in here, but I get a real coffee once the show is there. I'd also like to know, if you're watching, where are you watching from? Are you on YouTube like Howard Howie? Are you on Facebook? I'm not even sure that happened this week because there seemed to be some weird glitch. Are you on Twitter? If you're on Twitter, I'll catch up with you later. I mean X. I do mean X. Yeah, or are you watching on LinkedIn? I would love to know where you are watching from. I can see we've got Making here on over on YouTube. No tea for me. I think myself and Making are rather excited. I'll tell you why in a minute. And there is Esther, who I saw yesterday watching on Facebook. So it is working on one of my Facebook profiles, at least, is watching live in Dundalk. And we were all, I'm looking to press a button. We were all in Dundalk yesterday. Myself, Esther, Louise Brogren, who many of you may have seen on this show before, Melanie Boylan, who you may have seen on this show before, and Carmel Siri, who you may have seen on this show before. We were all together having a co-working day, and for that reason, we're all a little bit tired. And I feel the people that are in Dundalk may be a little bit tireder than me because they were drinking. I can see my camera is flashing. I hope it's not distracting anyone. I think I should probably just get on with the news, shouldn't I?
Hi, Sasha Lydia from Think Outside the Bot, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
So, took me a little while to open my news today because for some reason I forgot to get my notes out. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Just bear with. It's going to be one of those days. Do you feel about it? Do you feel it's going to be one of those days? Nothing is here. It is. Here's my notes. Finally, they are here. And so here's big news and really important news. Are you ready? If you see ads that look a little bit like this on Facebook or Instagram, beware. Do not click, because when you click on these ads, they bring you through to malware, which will download onto your computer. It will start spying on your passwords. It will hack your computer. It will take control of your computer. And this is really worrying, isn't it? Because, you know, we trust when we see an ad and someone's had to pay for it, we trust that it's had to jump through loads of hoops to get approved. So we trust that when we click that ad, it's actually going to bring us the information we have. Now, these are fake profiles set up in large business names. So we're often seeing them coming from the likes of Google, a Google conglomerate, or we're seeing them coming from what seems to be ChatGPT or Mid-Journey. These are coming up, but they are fake. They are scams. And it's not just happening on social media. It's happening on search as well. So some search ads are coming up and claiming to be other tools. They're not all AI tools, but that seems to be popular because I know there's a big trend towards AI. People want to learn more, so they're more likely to click. But they are coming up on search as well, which means a lot of people are falling into these hacking, to these malware scams, which is kind of worrying, isn't it? What are Meta doing about this? Well, firstly, how is it even possible that they can set these pages up? Because they're using a brand name. Surely there has to be some checks and balances in there from Meta, but it turns out not. And clearly they're leading to malware. Now, if I link to a landing page and there's a couple of words on the landing page that Facebook doesn't like, it decreases the reach of my ad. So how can they possibly be leading to these malware sites? I think Meta really need to crack down on this. And like I say, it's not just Meta, the search engines. I totally trust the ads on search engines. Don't you? You think, well, if it's there, that means it's been through all these checks with Google. It's legit. It's not going to download. But now we can't even trust ads. In fact, we can't click any links on the internet on our phone ever, on our desktops ever. And that's terribly worrying for advertisers. That means people are going to lose trust in every ad that they see, whether it is from these malware companies or whether it's from us, which I find kind of terrifying. I can see we got some comments. And I haven't even told you what we're excited about yet. I'm so excited that I forgot my daily ritual of making tea. I have tea making. I'm excited as well. Worried a little bit because I'm losing my voice, but I'm excited too. And I also have no tea. I can see we've got Melanie, who was also in Dundalk yesterday, watching it on Facebook. Looking forward to getting the lowdown, I think you mean, on the latest news. Yeah, well, great to have you here. What are we excited about? What's myself and Making so excited about that Making forgot to make tea and I'm all scatterbrained? Well, we're excited because just launched a podcast. Myself and Making just launched a podcast. And you will know that every week I talk about our LinkedIn live audio show that we run at 10:30 a.m. So this show finishes around 10. You have half an hour to go and grab a cup of tea and then join us on LinkedIn. But the problem with that was if you didn't join us live, you couldn't re-listen. You couldn't listen on playback. So we have actually launched a version of that as a podcast. And I will post the link to that. If you're on my email list, I will send you the link to that. And we're all just terribly excited about the whole thing. So hopefully you're going to join us at 10:30. Just putting my glasses on because there's more comments coming in. Thank you, Jolie. Jelly. You're gonna have to tell me how to spell. Is it jelly? Are you French? My talk on the future podcast was very inspiring. I have to talk about that as well. Oh my God. It's been some week, I tell you. I was on Chris Doe's podcast this week talking about analytics, which is obviously my favorite topic. So it's great that I have got some new viewers as a result of that. So thanks a million. And I mean, obviously Chris Doe is like awesome, total hero. So I was so chuffed to be there. It's Dutch, but am I close with the Jolie pronunciation? You'll have to tell me. How close I am because I want to get it right every time. So I might be a bit rambly this week because I'm overly excited, but we do have other news, so I should probably move on. Did I mention my co-host on my new podcast?
This is Making Sang, first name Making, from the FOMO Creator, and you have been watching The Digital Coffee Show with Amanda Webb.
There's going to be a big job for my editor this week because I'm just all over the place and my new notes haven't loaded and it's terrible. It's terrible. Contrary to popular belief, Facebook is not dead. Facebook is hot. Did you know there are just under 8 billion human beings in the world? That's how many people. Do you know how many of those are on Facebook? Can you guess? I mean, on Facebook, logging in at least once a month, and just Facebook. I'm not talking about Instagram or WhatsApp or Threads. I'm talking about just Facebook. 3 billion. 3 billion people active on Facebook every month. That's over a third of the world's population. which is crazy, isn't it? Crazy. So if you thought that Facebook was dead and your customers weren't there, guess what? A bunch of them totally are. Totally are. Yeah, I know we have to fight the algorithm, but it's definitely worth looking at. And that's not all. So that's just Facebook. But if we add in Instagram and Threads and WhatsApp, all the Meta products, that's 3.88 billion, which is closer to half the people in the entire world log into Facebook at least once a month. Isn't that crazy? So if as a marketer you're going, I don't know about Facebook anymore, I don't like Meta. Don't like Meta, don't like Facebook. Actually, maybe it's somewhere you should pay attention to. But it's also a little bit scary, because we know we are seeing every single day, I'm seeing somebody who's losing their Facebook account. Either it's hacked or Facebook are just taking it down for some random bizarre reason that nobody can figure out. And ad accounts are just getting removed for bizarre reasons. So even though it's kind of massive and it shows that we should be marketing there, it's also scary that we are at the mercy of the Facebook bots that seem to be indiscriminately removing accounts. I can see we've got some comments. Oh, it's a jelly. I'm getting closer. Not so fancy as jelly, which would definitely be if you were French, it would definitely be that, right? Howard Howie says, how many are 3 billion like me when I'm active? Only for Messenger to chat to known friends. Well, yeah, this is true, but I have a Facebook page, but even that I forget to update. You know what I do? Facebook has changed. It's definitely not the network that it was. I mean, initially we were just looking at Facebook pages, back in the day when I started out. 14 years ago, I set up a Facebook page, and that was how we communicated with people. But now I think you have to be a lot more proactive. It's not just about you posting content. In fact, most of the value that I get from Facebook is actually, one, being active in groups and commenting on posts in group and being helpful in groups, and also other people tagging me because they know I'm into analytics and I can help a lot of people there. There is value there. I just think we need to, a lot of people just focus on pumping content out all the time and worrying about the reach of that, where actually those conversations that you're kind of talking about, Howie, are possibly the most important bit of Facebook and actually any social network now. Again, I have a comment. Do I think Facebook is useful for B2B lead generation? That's a fabulous question. And I think it really depends on who your customers are. So I use Facebook ads for B2B lead generation, and I find it really effective. And also, but my target market is small businesses, it's solopreneurs, it's businesses that have just one person in the marketing department. And a lot of those people are in those Facebook groups, are in those communities. So I've selected the Facebook groups where they live, and that's where I spend most of my marketing time on Facebook. It's not actually posting content. If you're going corporate, those people are on Facebook, but I'm not sure if it's as effective. Like, Facebook is my second network. LinkedIn is the place where most of the magic happens for me. But I do find those groups can be really powerful. It's definitely worth testing, maybe run some ads and see if you're getting that caliber of client that you want from those ads. But definitely for the businesses that I target, it does work. I can see it says LinkedIn user, which is Ginny. You're anonymous, Ginny. Great to see you here, Ginny. Fabulous. And this is your page, I'm guessing. Is that on Facebook or is that on LinkedIn? I'd love to know the answer to that. Okay, well, let's hope this time I make the job for my editor a little bit easier and I manage to get, to my notes before this little clip ends.
Hi, I'm Danielle from Redbow, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Clearly not, because I'm just going to press all the wrong buttons. I think one of the things when you're in business, when you're trying out new things, we know we all like to try the new shiny things, but there's only one thing that really matters when we try a new project. And that is it actually resulting in any business? And that doesn't have to be, some people would have long processes to get clients. That doesn't have to be an immediate thing. You don't have to put up a post and suddenly get all these clients. But are you bringing in new people to your email list? Are you bringing new people into your website, onto the pages that matter on your website? Are people mentioning it when they get in touch with you? And I'm saying this because this is something that Meta has been looking at with Reels. I mean, they totally stole Reels, right, from TikTok. They went, we want this, we want a bit of this TikTok action, and they stole it and made it Reels. But was that a smart business decision? Is it working for them? And it turns out, yes, it is totally working for them. The latest figures show views on Reels are up from 140 billion views a day in the first quarter of 2023 to 200 billion views a day. Views, that's great, but is it making the money? Yes, it is. It's making the money. It generated $10 billion in ad revenues on the ads that they run alongside Reels. 10 billion. I always like to do $10 billion of revenue, ad revenue from that, which, even though TikTok gets more views, actually completely blows TikTok out of the water. Well, when I say completely, TikTok only made 9.9 billion in ad revenue. So turns out Reels were a good investment for Facebook and Meta. I don't think they're going to be going anywhere soon. I think they're still going to be prioritizing Reels, knowing that that is a money generator for them. I can see this comment from May King before I go, am I going to get clip 4 right? Am I going to make Ryan's job any easier? Okay, May King's asking if you ever get back to the Netherlands. Are you actually in the Netherlands now, I wonder? Is that all? Esther says, is it only 9.9 billion? Yeah, I know, like TikTok really falling behind with their 9.9 billion. I mean, I'd take 9.9 million, if you just want to send that my way. That would be fine. Okay, let's see if I can get my act together for clip 4.
I'm Ant McGinley and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
People say they want chronological feeds. You see it on Twitter, X. You see it on X. You see people say, oh, if only I could just have a chronological feed where I only see the posts in the exact order from the people that I follow, that I post. You see it every time Adam Mossery posts an update about something cool and new that they're doing on Instagram. Underneath will be the people going, I don't want this, I just want the chronological feed. People think they want the chronological feed. Apparently we don't want the chronological feed because actually Facebook or Meta ran an experiment back in 2020 where they took a segment of the users on Facebook and Instagram and they delivered them a chronological feed where they just saw every update from everyone they followed in the order that they came, in real time as it is. And you know what happened? People got bored. They didn't like the network anymore. They got bored and they logged off a lot faster than they would before. Now, in some ways, I would say that's actually a good thing because we spend way too much time, don't we, on social media? Most of us go down that rabbit hole when we go into social media, way too much time. But on the other hand, it just shows that this thing that we think we want, we don't actually want. And that's what's really interesting, I think, when we do things like market research and you talk to people and they say they're going to behave one way and you think, great, and you base your whole strategy on that market research, and then actually their behavior doesn't replicate what they say they will do. So as humans, we don't actually know what we really want. I also think it shows how powerful editing is, because editing it makes stuff better, right? So that's why we have newspaper editors who take a long article and they look at it and they'll narrow it down so it gets the key points across very fast. We have book editors that make sure everything runs properly. We have video editors like my editor, who's going to have a big job this week to nail this down into its little segments. When we edit things, they become better. And essentially, that's all that the algorithm is. It's an editing machine. We may not like it because it restricts our reach, but at the end of the day, it makes things more interesting and more relevant to us. So we think we want chronological. Turns out we don't. I can see we've got some comments. Esther. Oh no, that was his. Oh. Ginny, the algorithm, I know, it's like I've got this love-hate with the algorithm, right? You know, I love it because it does give me a better experience on the social networks that I go to. I mean, TikTok's algorithm is hot, right? It's really impressive because I want to stay there forever and watch the cat videos that it shows me. It's really good. And without that algorithm, I'd probably be seeing a lot of poor quality videos that people have put together. But on the other hand, I hate that it strangles my reach because I know that all of you guys really want to see the digital coffee and it only tends to show it to, like 5 people. That's why I have to repurpose it so you can see it again. So, we have that love-hate with the algorithm.
Hey, I'm Christine Gritman, and you are watching The Digital Coffee with social media superstar Amanda Webb.
If you put up an ad on a social network and people don't know it's an ad, will you get more clicks? Well, it's the first time today for the Elon Musk bell. X seems to think that is the case because they have changed the format for declaring that something is an ad. So before, when you saw an ad on Twitter, underneath would be this big promoted thing. So you could quite clearly see it was an ad, which is ethical and right. But he's changed it. And now, let me see. Where is the thing? This is the thing I want to share with you. Now you can see at the top right-hand side, he's making a change, or they are making a change. Maybe it's not Elon that did it at all. That says just ad, small at the top. So it's still declaring it, still being ethical, but it's making it a lot smaller. And does that mean people are more likely to click it? And part of me wants to think, no, it doesn't make a difference. But actually it really does. It really does make a difference. I think if something's not an ad, I'm more likely to click it. If I think it's relevant, if it is an ad, I'll go, oh, they're just advertising to me. And clearly this is a tactic that they are using to get more advertisers back onto Twitter because they expect people to assume they're going to get better results if it's not so obviously an ad. Sorry, I'm very jangly today. That is just not right though, is it? At the end of the day, it's just not right.
Hi, I'm Lee from Wellshot and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Cheers.
In some regions, but not in my region, not in Ireland, maybe in the UK, you can run ads on Meta that are, actually you can run them. I don't know, I'm on a wrong tangent. Everywhere you can run ads that are messenger ads that encourage people to send you messages. If you're spending a lot on your ads and that's being really successful, you could be getting a ton of messages coming into, say, your Instagram inbox. And if you're popular on Instagram already, I'm not, just to say, you're probably already getting a whole load of DMs. You're probably getting a lot of spammy DMs. You're probably getting a lot of lovely lady DMs, but you might be getting a lot of other DMs. So how can you, within that, know, oh, these came from the ad and I'm targeting a relevant audience, so I need to actually prioritize my responses to these messages? Well, at the moment you can't because they all get lost in one tab, but Instagram is adding a tab so that you will actually be able to see the messages that you get specifically from ads. Which is great because one, you're going to be able to see, yeah, this came from an ad, I can respond for it. Just let me find the button. And secondly, you're going to be able to see if those messages that are coming in from relevant people. So not just are your ads working, you're getting a number of messages, but are the messages you get from the right people? And if not, you can go back and tweak your audiences and tweak your ad strategy. I'm not sure if it's there now because I don't run Messenger ads, but it has been spotted in the wild from an agency owner, and this could be huge. I think this is a really valuable way of knowing if what you're doing is actually working. Just looking, we've got some comments on Twitter has got rid of the campaign to target more followers. I didn't know that because I haven't run ads on Twitter for years. Well, at least since Elon Musk took over, maybe before that. Evelyn, morning from County Limerick, just finished a mug of tea. Great to see you here. And just to remind everyone that we will be covering one of these stories in more detail, and we'd love to invite you, yes, you, to come and have your say over on LinkedIn Audio at 10:30 a.m. And we are recording this as a podcast now. So you'll be able to listen back. You'll be able to talk about your business, and you will forever be featured on our podcast. So do join us then, Evelyn, if you get a chance, and everyone else, if you get a chance.
Hi, I'm Charlie Lawrence, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Instagram has always been the place where you get beautiful photographs, beautiful images, beautiful videos that show you just how perfect and Barbie-like life is for the world. And that's not going to change anytime soon because Instagram are introducing some kind of fun new AI tools which will help you increase the perfectionness of your posts. Well, maybe they will. The first one is the most interesting to me. You've got all your lovely gift stickers. Don't we love our gift stickers and our avatar stickers on? Well, I'm particularly in love with my avatar stickers, I have to say, on LinkedIn. But now you will be able to add a sticker, a customized sticker that you create with just a prompt. So you will say, sticker of a redhead jumping up and down with joy. She's wearing red lipstick. Her hair's actually more blonde. She's wearing a red cardigan and a necklace. And she's got, I was going to say an English accent, but that doesn't work with a sticker. And it will actually generate a sticker based on the prompts that you put in, which I think is pretty spectacular. It means that your content will be different to everyone else's. I think this could be great fun. Hopefully it does a better job of prompting from AI than Canva, because I've seen some really dodgy stuff when I've been trying that. That's really cool. It's also going to give you an option to replace parts of your image. I'm guessing like the background, which you can kind of already do, but also to replace the background on your image, or to do a few other kind of AI things to enhance your image and make it more beautiful. It's also looking at adding a chatbot tool, a bit like the chatbot tool on Snapchat. And this is basically where you can just ask, hey, I was going to say Siri, but that will start my computer off on a thing. You can just type into the chatbot, I'm looking for a restaurant nearby, instead of you having to go and do all that through search. So that's going to be interesting as well. I mean, all in all, it's just going to make Instagram even more perfect, even more aesthetically pleasing, which is, I think, the big difference for me between Instagram and TikTok, where things are a little bit more real. I'm a fan of this. I think it's a good use of AI, but yeah, Instagram, for some reason, I just can't laugh. I just can't laugh.
Hello, this is Rob Charles, the voice of Mike on Forever FM on Peter Kay's Car Share. BAFTA award winning, I've got to say, but I've not seen the BAFTA yet. Anyway, you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Enjoy. I'm on tea. Shh.
Well, there you go. The show's over and I managed to play a clip. That is, I would like to say to Jelly, I would like to say to you that the show isn't always as haphazard as this, but yesterday I was on a co-working day all day and I feel incredibly scratchy today. So thank you for joining me. Even though I messed up almost every single clip, we will get in depth, particularly on that story we were talking about the AI and the meta scam ads that are downloading malware. We're going to get into that and what the implications are for your marketing. We're also going to talk about who won the internet this week, and we've got a cool little marketing campaign, and who lost the internet this week. And I was actually quite shocked when I found this story on the Digital Coffee Extra Shot over on LinkedIn. It is a live podcast recording, but you can join in at 10:30 a.m. If you scan that QR code, that's going to bring you straight to the event. So make sure you respond that you're coming to the event, and we will see you at 10:30 and we can have a great discussion. But for now, that's all for this week. I will be back. Same bat time, same bat place next week. Bye-bye.